What's going on, my dream team? Dave coming back at you with a video I've been asked to do in the past. I never really got around to doing it, and I've got a little bit of time before I got to take Sunday to the vet today, so I figured, let's give it a shot. So this video is called the gun safe collection. These are all the cards I've got in my gun safe for a variety of reasons. Value, just because of what they cost. Or I'm trying to kind of put it out of sight, out of mind, because I don't want to see them for 6 months, a year, 2 years, because some of these I bought with the intent of selling in the future. And I'll kind of walk through those. So it's a mix of cards I bought, cards that are graded. We got a little bit of baseball, some soccer, basketball, and then definitely we'll show you the football stuff. And to be clear, kind of making this video, like I said, because I have time and there's been requests. It's not a flex of the cards I own or anything like that. Because what I'll show you, yes, for some people it'll be like super high end, and for other people, like, this collection is pitiful compared to the hundreds of thousands of dollars that they have maybe sitting in their gun safe. So this is just more kind of showing you guys some of the stuff I've picked up or graded, just kind of coming out of requests. So here we go. This is the first one that we've gotten there. This is a Ronnie Mauricio Atomic Refractor from 2019 Bowman. 2019 Bowman's a great product. But out of 100, pristine 10 in that Beckett holder. I really picked it up because it was the first Bowman. While the atomic refractors aren't as favorable, that pristine 10, I thought it was worth it. I picked this up at a card show in California when I was out there for a little under $400, and the game plan here will be basically sell it if he ever gets called up. And Mauricio's, well, obviously there weren't any minor league games this year, but he's relatively highly thought of in the Mets organization. So hopefully he'll get a shot in the future. This is a card, 2001 Triple Crown Albert Pujols. This is numbered to 2,999, so not super low numbering. But this is a rookie. I probably pulled this card back in 2001, and it sat in a binder forever. And then I think in my first grading submission, I'd have to go back and check the videos, had this graded, came back as a 10. So future Hall of Famer, should be first ballot. Never been connected with steroids or anything like that. Second half of his career has been a little bit down, but the numbers are Hall of Fame worthy for sure. So that's one that we'll sit and wait on until retirement comes. Those are the only two baseball cards I have in there at the moment. But next we'll get into some soccer. So if you saw my latest grading return video, Kai Havertz, he's a kid that I was trying to pick up some raw stuff of previously, and sent a bunch of stuff in for grading. A lot of these Topps Chrome come out of boxes with scratches, so only had a handful of 10s on there. But he's someone that I think, he's obviously young and talented. He's playing on Chelsea right now. I've been trying to keep up with stats. Hasn't been getting a ton of playing time, it looks like. But he is on the German national team, I believe. So with the Euros coming up and then the World Cup, that's kind of that time frame that I'm looking at there, and hoping that he has a good showing there rather than Chelsea. So that's why I'm kind of holding on to some of this stuff. And here is the blue refractor. This has actually gone down in value since I picked it up. But again, this is more of a long-term hold. I'm not in a hurry to move it. Although there are some of these cards you'll see are on my eBay. These came out of a case of 2018 Topps Chrome that I had done earlier this spring. I think I got all these boxes for like $100 each, and so like the whole case for $1,200. But some Felix refractors. That one, the 250. If you saw any of my PSA return videos this summer, you would have seen these as well. That one's the 150. Again, another young, good prospect who, maybe not getting a ton of hype on his club team, but national team should be good. Sancho, we've got a refractor to 10, or gem mint 10. Again, you've definitely been getting more love on probably the English national team, because Holland is killing it for Dortmund. and kind of taking some of the spotlight away from Sancho. This is the Blue Wave to 75. Again, got this out of a case of Topps Chrome that I did this spring. Sent this in to get graded the first time, came back a 9. I thought it was a 10, given it was pack pulled, so I cracked it, resubbed, and it came back a 10. So there we go. Again, that one will probably be a hold prior to the World Cup, because I think England's going to have a really good shot at winning. This next stack is all Mbappe's. The Topps Chrome from 2017. I think I bought like 6 boxes of these this spring, back when they were like 100, 150 bucks. 125, somewhere, we'll just count in the middle. But I did also buy a bunch of these raw. These Topps Chrome are incredibly underpriced compared to where his Prism was at, especially when you consider that these have about 10, maybe it's gone up a little bit, but 15% of the PSA 10 population is the Prism. So last I checked, there was maybe like 200 PSA 10s of this, and then the Prism is over 1,000 or more. So again, these are longer term holds, all base, no refractors. But then now we got the fun part of the Mbappe collection, and some of these were pulled, and some of these were ones that I bought. So we've got red wave and the green orange wave. I pulled both of these. I mean, I was at a card show back in January in California, and got 3 retail boxes for 40 bucks each. So of the fat packs, that's where this came out of. I think the green orange is, I don't remember. I think that one might be retail hobby. I don't remember. Anyways, I know that one's pack pulled. We got a silver. These hit up to, I think, 10K this summer. This one I had pulled actually from those retail boxes I got at that show, so definitely killed it. PSA 10 there. That one, again, will be kind of a World Cup hold, as we see if he can go for 2 in a row, as France won the World Cup a few years ago. Hyper, I bought this, super rare to get 10s. This is super low pop. I think like the population's under 10, single digits for sure. And so been watching because I was looking to kind of put together the non-numbered rainbow for this. But great card. Got this from a seller out in Hawaii, and then a couple weeks later he listed another one. So he had, at the time, I think almost half the population. Red Mosaic, another one that's really tough to find. This does come from retail, and there's only a couple per box for those fat packs. So really tough. Another really low pop one. And I think when World Cup and stuff starts to come and interest picks back up in soccer, I think folks will really kind of scrutinize some of those pop reports, and you'll see a lot more value in some of these. Like the laser and the Mojo. Mojo's numbered in basketball. It's not numbered here. It's kind of one of those non-numbered parallels, but sweet looking cards. Again, hold for the next year or two. So that is everything for soccer, and we'll go ahead and start digging through basketball. So this is one that it's in the gun safe because of the potential it has. I think Garland was the number 5 pick in 2019. I had mistakenly bought a Fanatics box from my LCS back when they first came out. Claimed one on their Facebook page, when it paid for it, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, it's 325 bucks or something," and it was like, "Whoa!" And ended up opening it, pulled this. I think now these Fnatic boxes are almost 900 bucks. But we're just gonna see if Garland can take a step this year, and got it in there just in case. Next up, some fun ones. I recently bought these before the market started kind of shooting up. Trae Young Silver Prisms, got 3 of them. I bought these really to sell them as the hype kind of builds for the season. As of right now, these are selling for around the $3,000, $3,200 mark. And I think Luca's are almost hitting 9. And given what the Hawks did with their roster this offseason, I think these will. My goal is to sell these at 4, but I think they could easily hit 5 or 6 potentially here sometime, especially if the Hawks start hot. Some other Prism pickups. These I bought this spring, probably back in March, early April timeframe, and I kind of bought them forward thinking. One, knowing that the Pacers were in the middle of the pack in the East, but also two, knowing that this year, so this upcoming season, is Victor Oladipo's walk year. It'll be his second year now removed from the major injury that he had, and these are rookies, 2013 Prism. The die cut's numbered to 199. I think the red was a Target retail exclusive. But really, the other thought with that too is the pop reports in 2013 Prism aren't really going to be increasing a ton because boxes cost so much because of the Giannis rookie cards. And so really for 2013 Prism, kind of whatever's out there is probably going to remain the pop reports. Maybe you'll see a slight increase on some. And speaking of 2013 Prism, I do have a Giannis. I had picked this up end of last January probably, so before things really boomed. Bought it for about 2. I think these got up to almost 6 this summer, and now we're sitting around the 4 mark, 4,000. I still don't know if this one will be a long-term hold or this will be a wait till it jumps up a little bit more. We'll see. And some of these cards too are not necessarily sell and buy more cards, but it's going to be, hey, sell when I need a new roof, or sell when we got something else major going on. Let's do a couple Kobe cards. So if you watched my last PSA sub, you saw these come back. The Flair Showcase, I mean, it's nothing special. It's not a 10, but going to be holding on to probably until the hype builds up again for Hall of Fame, since his Hall of Fame induction got delayed because of COVID. And then this is a 99 Topps Chrome Refractor. Got some really nice color to it. That one came back at 10. I bought a portion of a collection this spring. This was in there. Beautiful card in person. Photos, videos won't do it justice at all. So we're talking about Hall of Fame rookies. Here we go. This is my last LeBron James rookie card. I had a few, but I had bought this last spring for about $200, I think. I actually bought 2 of them. I think an average of $150 each, because I think I paid about $200 for one and a little over $100 for the other. And super tough grades, just because you have those perforated edges, and it's kind of like grader's choice on how tough they're going to scrutinize things. But this card has fluctuated. I sold my other one for like $800, and I think this card's worth $1,000, and I wouldn't move it for anything less than $1,000. But again, another one with a super low poppy report for 10s, super high for 8s and 9s. Let's go to some 2019 basketball. You may have seen this in some PSA reviews earlier this summer. This is the variation for Prism. I know base Prisms kind of come down a little bit just overall throughout the hobby. But I think these variations, which someone did the math, it was something like 50 times tougher to pull than a regular base card, base rookie. So I like this. I actually like Morant better than Zion long term. So I think that may be a good option to hold on to. Similar variation, RJ Barrett. That New York market. I've got a handful of his that I'm holding. Like this guy here. This is the silver from 2019 Prism. Picked this up at a card show for $40 last year. Graded it and came back at 10. And then orange ice. These were only from the retail hangers. Again, thought it was pretty good value. I think I bought this one raw for $15 or something. But I'm expecting RJ Barrett to take a step this year and next year. And with that New York market, things are going to be crazy. At least that's the hope. Next up, got a couple of these Paul Pierce rookies, 98 Topps Chrome. I bought these this spring, probably the February time frame, for about $200 each. And really picked these up because I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer this year. He's eligible this year. He's got a championship. He's high up on the all-time scoring list. From a cultural standpoint, he's got a little bit of cultural pull as he's on networks and stuff right now. I know he can say some controversial things, but I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer. So I've got these set aside. I think they're going to be about $1,000, $1,200 card if he gets announced for the Hall of Fame. Right now they got as high as like 800 or so, 900 this summer, and right now they're sitting around 600. If you saw my latest PSA return, again, I got this in the collection that I bought this spring, graded it. Really surprised it came back as a 10, as it's a little bit fatter here than up top, but the rest of the card is in pristine condition. So Gem Mint 10 on that Chris Bosh. Another one that I think, again, he's going to be a Hall of Famer this year. He's got a championship and was part of that big three down in Miami, and did have his career cut short due to some health issues, which is why he's eligible this year. And then along with Chris Bosh, I picked this up this spring. This is the 2003 X-Fractor. A little tough to see, there we go. But this is numbered to 220, 51 to 220. I bought this off of ComC this spring for $200. There's one listed on eBay right now with an asking price of about $2,000. And this is one where, whether it be this year or next year, because I think it'll be one of those 2 years that he gets in, I'll probably sell it around the Hall of Fame announcement and look for. I think it'll be a $2,000, $2,500 card by the time it's said and done. Next up are the last three Lucas I own in terms of Prism rookies. At the National 2 years ago, I was buying Luca rookies for $55, and that was kind of like my go-to price of here's what I'm going to pay. And so I was turning down Luca rookies for 60, 65. It was nope, this is my limit. And I ended up selling all of those for like $200 each, and definitely made money off them, but nowhere near what they were at for base now, which I think are around almost 2,000, something like that. But I did get a chance to buy these and put these away. Ruby Wave, I think I picked this up last fall before the really big Luca spike for around a little over $100. This card at auction goes anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. Again, this will probably be a longer term hold. I think he's got MVP potential, and I think it'd take a lot for the Mavs to win a championship, at least with LeBron in the West. But maybe that's a save it for an MVP season, or again, if I need a new roof or new furnace or something like that around here. The Fast Break Prism, the Disco in a 10. This card I think right now is around $1,500 to $2,000. Again, I picked this up for I think $125 before things spiked. Put it in the gun safe right away. And then the last one, my favorite one, the Hyper. These are incredibly tough grades because you can kind of see that print line. The pop on this is so low, way lower than the silvers. I think this is a $10,000 card, if not more. I think it should go for more than the silvers, especially some really nice clean ones. I've seen asking prices for these anywhere from like $8,000 to $14,000. But again, this will be a sit and hold for either when you need the cash and have to liquidate, or if it's one of those things where you get an MVP type season and you move on, and you can't hold things forever because you're gonna lose a lot of money unless you're a long-term diehard collector. We're getting on 20 minutes, but we're now moving to football. So sorry if you've been waiting here for football. This is a Drew Lock Contenders rookie ticket, 23. This is the preview. I was really big on Drew Lock in 2019. Watched him in the previous season. Thought he was really good. Had a great arm. Got injured, so I bought a bunch of his stuff low. Actually bought this from Jam and JD Sports Cards for, well, I won't say how much I bought it for last year, but I told him if I ever sell it, I'll buy him a PC card. And so this one I'm kind of waiting probably till next year. I think the Broncos next year are going to be set up for more success. Locke this year, right? Lost his #1 receiver in Sutton. He's dealing with a shoulder injury, so he's playing hurt. And next year, you're going to have another year of growth in Jerry Jeudy. You're going to have another year of growth in Noah Fant, and tight ends typically start hitting their stride year 3, year 4. And then you'll have Cortland Sutton back, plus any other weapons they add this offseason. And hopefully a healthy Von Miller on the defensive side. So that one's a longer term hold there. And sorry, I should have organized these a little bit better, but I did also pick this up last year, a gold prism. And you'll see this on my eBay. But picked this up for, I think, the night prism release from a dude that got in a break for $320. It is a 9. It's not worth grading in resub because there is somewhere on the surface, there's like a little indent that kind of looks like a fingernail indent. But 6 to 10, gold. Again, I think next year the Broncos are going to have a much better year than this year. But it'll always be tough in that division with Mahomes. Next couple cards are Breeze. So we got our Drew Brees rookie 2001 Topps. This is a card that, man, I think I picked this up for like $200 about 12, 13, 14 months ago. And the price just kind of stayed. And I had 2 of these in the last spring. I had listed both of them. Basically, I was like, all right, I'm just going to get out of them. I'll break even. Things haven't gone up. And good thing I didn't. I'd ended up selling one this summer for like $800, but these have jumped up. These they almost got to 2,000, but now they're back down about the $1,200 range. But for sure, first ballot Hall of Famer. I was really big on Drew Brees coming into this year, thinking he and Brady were going to be going back and forth for the all-time touchdown record, which they kind of have, but broken ribs, collapsed lung. Although Saints are still looking really good from a playoff standpoint. So this one is definitely going to be sitting on, and if they make a Super Bowl run, I'll probably let it go and move on. Similar story as to why I bought this. I bought this summer. True Gem 2012 Prism. The 2012 Prism hype, it kind of died down a little bit when I picked this up. But I picked this up for, I think, like $1,300. I do have it listed on my eBay, but this is one that I'll be content to sit and hold. Again, first ballot Hall of Famer in a product that is highly sought after, and the super rare silver or prism versions of that. Speaking of Mr. Brady in 2012 Prism, here we go. Had gotten this back from PSA, graded it myself. You saw that on some grading videos this summer. And yeah, I think the rest of these cards are all Tom Brady. So if you don't like Tom Brady, you can peace out. But if you do like Tom Brady, we got some cool stuff to show you. I picked this up this spring, I think, for around $250. 2016 Prism Razzle. These are case hits, PSA 10. I think there's a pop of like 2 or 3. Super tough, and you probably won't see too many more of these popping up just because 2016 Prism's expensive with Prescott and Wentz and some of those other rookie classes. But they're not numbered. They do have gold versions to 10 and blacks, which are 1-1. But I look probably once every other week for the Dazzle to partner it with. I received an offer for this card of $1,500 in August, and I should have taken it, but this one is on my eBay as well. But again, content to hold. I think this and all the other Prism stuff will start to go up in value now that 2020 Prism's coming out, and people are going to start searching eBay a lot more for Prism stuff. Next up, these are cards that I bought this spring, this summer. 2013 Prisms, the second year Prism, Tom Brady. I think I own, last I checked, there's 3 and then there's 1 more upstairs that I got it listed on eBay of these blue pulsars. The total pop was 12 for these blue pulsars, which I think were a retail output. So I owned like a third of the pop on these at one time. I don't know what it is now. But the blue pulsars, super low pop, second year Prism Brady again. 2013 Prisms kind of got down a little bit, but the light blue pulsar, again, another one super low pop. And then the 2013 blue, so solid blue. Again, these ones have a really low pop count as well, and content to hold those regular blue pulsars. Like I said, I got one on eBay now, so it's in my eBay box, and then I've got some. I'll probably end up moving the others if that one ever sells. But last save from 2013 Prism. This is the silver. This one's listed on my eBay. It is a 9. It's got some light surface scratching, and so it definitely deserved a 9. But the centering on the back and the rest of the card is beautiful. So that's why I came back as a 9 and not an 8. But yeah, I think this one's probably a $1,000 card. And when I think something's worth it, that's true. Yes, it may be worth something, but ultimately things are only worth what people are willing to pay and will buy something for. But if I don't want to sell it for that, then I won't sell it for that. I'm content to hold with some of this Brady stuff. Next, these are all Brady rookies, kind of the last batch of things. 2000 Ultra Tom Brady, and I really don't want to move any of my Brady rookies. Again, first ballot Hall of Famer, best quarterback of all time. We'll see where Mahomes ends up, but picked this up out of the series I did this spring for the great. I'm blanking on it just as I was thinking about it. I did 4 cases of this stuff, but the Leaf rookie retro. There we go. Sorry, this video is going to be long. Leaf rookie retro. Got this out of that. Normally probably wouldn't buy this card, but got it out of the box. Gonna hold on to it. Some more Beckett slabs here in 9.5s. 2000 Impact. I had bought these from a dude for like 125 bucks a couple of years ago each, and I think these are like $400 or so at the moment. But I'll hold on to them. The PSA 10s of these are almost 1,000, I think. But we do have a PSA 9 version of that as well. This one was in my personal collection. Got it graded and came back as 9. So this is another one that was sitting in a binder for forever. And these are going to be some tough grades with these colored borders and chipping, and nice and easy to see some of those soft corners. Let's see, what's the next Brady card I want to do? Oh, here we go. Press pass. I've got a ton of these sitting in raw rookies sitting in one of my Brady boxes. But this was one of the best ones I had and sent in graded myself. Again, had these in my collection for forever, it seems like. And I think this has got a little soft corner here and a little bit of white there. But overall, good shape. Again, a really tough one to grade with all that color. These do come in a handful of different parallels, and I think there are some autograph versions as well. If you saw my last PSA return, you guys saw this one, the Fleer Mystique. This one is numbered 786 of 2000. I picked this up raw from a dude. He said, hey, it's not in great shape, as you can probably see that corner there. But I just wanted to grade it. I wanted it slabbed. One, to know what the condition was, but two, I went through boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of this stuff back in the early 2000s trying to find this card. And I mean, my mom used to reward me with packs of Fleer Mystique for chores or good grades or things like that in the early 2000s. So this one means something to me, even though I didn't pull it, just because it kind of has some of those childhood memories. So I probably won't ever sell this one, at least not for a long time, probably not till Hall of Fame announcement. Yeah, so now these next 3 all have the same picture, different cards. This is an old SGC card, back from 2000. I think this came from like a product, I think, called Upper Deck Graded, and you got one graded card, I think one graded rookie in the box, and SGC graded all of them. And so this was a mint 9 or a 96 overall grade. Obviously SGC looks very different now. this is when SGC was much more about vintage, and I don't think this is I think this would probably be a PSA 8. You get a little bit of a whitening there, but overall the back border is good. But the reason I say that is a lot of this gold foil, I mean, you can see it's not completely stamped, but this is very common for Upper Deck Encore. I mean, an Upper Deck Encore PSA 10 is super tough to find, again, because this foil, when they stamped it, didn't stay too well. But I think I actually got this as a Christmas present for my grandma back in like 2002, 2003, somewhere in there. So I'll definitely be sitting on that one for a while. This one, Upper Deck Victory, again, was sitting in a binder for forever. Had it graded. One of my first grading subs, Mint 9. A little bit fatter here, thinner there, so centering probably hurt it. And centering's tough on these ones, but in the Pats Uni. This is one of my favorite Brady cards in my collection, probably my second favorite, just because of all the frickin' controversy around this card. So back when I first started doing YouTube, I know we're at half hour, I don't really care, but feel free to fast forward if you want to see. There's one card left. But back when I first started doing YouTube, went to a card show here locally in Minnesota. I think maybe I've been doing YouTube for 6 months or less. And this dude was selling single packs of 2000 Upper Deck. And obviously I knew Brady was in there. And I got them for, I think I got 4 packs, but like 20 bucks each, whatever it was. And I know from, opening old cards that things can stick together and whatnot. So, a couple tricks that I learned was, there's a way to kind of wiggle the packs a little bit to kind of help get them unstuck. But when I was doing the video, I think it might have been my last pack too. I'm trying to think back a few years now, but I could see, we had our rookie, because there's one rookie per pack, I believe, and it's like towards the back, that it was stuck. I think it was like that. And so knowing that we had the possibility of pulling a Tom Brady rookie and $1,000 if it was in a PSA 10, I wanted to be very careful about how I opened it. So I kind of took the pack and I briefly brought it here, my hands off camera slightly, so I could physically see with my eyes that I was doing it very carefully, and then brought it back. And that caused all sorts of controversy. I still have people today going back on that video and commenting, fake, whatever, fake. And I've broken it down, and there's a certain point where you can clearly see before the cards go off camera. I think you can see like this part of the card, and you can tell that it's the Tom Brady rookie. Maybe it was this part. I don't know, whatever it was. But you could tell it was the Tom Brady rookie. Might have been that part. And you could see it like that. And so I've gone back, slow-moed it, and it's one of those things where you just learn you're going to have troll comments, you're going to have people that don't believe you, and you're going to have other people get super excited. But that was also one of my first ones, and it was just funny. Lots of memories with that one card, as can be told by a 4-minute story. My last one, this is the favorite card I own. It'll be a very tough day whenever I have to move this one. But this is a 2000 Bowman Chrome Tom Brady. This is one that back in 2002, I picked up from a card shop that's no longer around in Minnesota anymore, called Schindler's. I got this for like 20 bucks. It went home, sat in a binder, in a sleeve, and then sat under my parents' stairs for years and years and years and years. And then finally my parents were like, hey, you gotta get all your cards and stuff out of our place. And carefully, got this out of the pages of the binder and stuff, and got it sleeved up. And I remember my hands were shaking as I was trying to get into the card saver, because this was part of my first ever grading submission. And I was at work when my grades popped, and was looking at it and let out a visible yeah when I saw that it had gotten a 10. And this card, I think right now sits around 7. It peaked up around kind of 10 this summer. I think this is very similar to the 2003 Bowman Chrome or sorry, 2003 Topps Chrome LeBron James, which is, you know, like a $14,000 card. I think the peak of this card that we'll see it in the future will be in that range. It may not be till his Hall of Fame announcement, but there's a refractor version of this that's super tough. Like nines, I think, go for like $50,000 or something crazy like that. But this is the card that I will be holding on to for a long, long time. I have a plan of when I'm going to sell every card, but this one at least won't be till the Hall of Fame. Who knows? This may be a casket card that doesn't get sold until, I don't know, I die, pass it on the next generation. But there you go. There you have it. That is the Gun Safe collection. Some of these, as I said, are on my eBay. Some aren't going to be on my eBay. And some are just out of sight, out of mind, so I don't even think about selling them or trading them or moving them until I want to. Or until the time is right, like when it comes with the soccer stuff. So, as always, thanks for checking out the channel. Like, subscribe, tell a friend. We will catch you next time. See ya!